Imagine this. It's a random Tuesday morning. Nothing special. You wake up, grab your phone, and while you're drinking your morning coffee, you open your investment app, just like you do sometimes out of curiosity. And something feels off. Yesterday, you worked a full day, 8 hours, meetings, emails, stress. But while you were working, your investments quietly made $465. After taxes, your job paid you about $340 for that same day. You pause. You do the math again because it doesn't feel real. Your money made more yesterday than you did. And then it hits you. This isn't luck. This isn't a one-time thing. It's been happening more often lately. Your investments are slowly starting to outperform your job. If you didn't go to work tomorrow, you'd still make money. Not enough to fully live on yet. But the gap is shrinking. Your money is starting to work harder than you are. That moment has a name. It's called the crossover point. And here's the scary part. Most people will work their entire lives and never even realize this moment exists. They'll trade hours for dollars for 40 years. Then they'll hope Social Security and whatever savings they scrape together is enough. But there's another path. Not a get-rich-quick trick. Not a mindset hack. A math-based path that quietly changes everything once you see it. My name is Rose, and I spend way too much time thinking about the invisible milestones that separate working forever from having real freedom. If you feel like you're running on a treadmill that keeps speeding up, or you love the idea of freedom but feel lost in confusing financial advice, make sure to subscribe, because today we're not talking about cutting coupons or skipping coffee. We're talking about the exact date on the calendar when money stops controlling your life. The crossover point is powerful because it's not vague. It's not, someday I'll be rich. It's a specific number you can calculate. The idea comes from a classic personal finance book written decades ago, but almost nobody talks about it. Here's how it works. Super simple. There are 2 lines in your financial life. Line number 1, your expenses. This is how much it costs you to live each month. Rent or mortgage, food, car, insurance, fun stuff, everything. For many people in the US, this is around $4,500 to $6,000 per month. Line number 2, your investment income. This is money your money makes. Dividends, interest, growth from stocks and funds. When you start, this line is basically at 0. Maybe you earn $15 a month from a savings account. That doesn't change your life, but here's the part most people miss. When you invest consistently, that second line doesn't grow straight. It curves, slow at first, then faster, then surprisingly fast. That's compound interest. The crossover point is the moment when your investment income becomes greater than your living expenses. That's when work becomes optional, not because you're rich, but because your life is paid for. Let's make this real. Say your monthly expenses are $3,800. That's about $45,600 per year. Using a conservative rule, spending about 4% of your investments per year, you'd need roughly $1.14 million invested. That's your crossover number. I know, that sounds impossible. So let's actually run the math. Let's say you're 28 years old. You earn $58,000 per year. You invest $600 per month. Your investments grow at 7.5% per year. After 10 years, you have around $105,000. That generates about $350 per month. Nice, but not life-changing. After 20 years, you have around $330,000. That's about $1,100 per month. Now you're feeling it. After 30 years, you're near $720,000. That's roughly $2,400 per month. You'd likely hit your crossover point around age 63 to 65. That's the traditional retirement path. That example assumes nothing changes. Same spending, same investing. But the crossover point depends on 2 levers: how much you invest, how much you spend. Most people only pull one. If you lower your expenses to $3,000 per month, your crossover number drops to $900,000. You just erased years of work. Now imagine you also increase investing to $1,000 per month. At the same growth rate, You hit crossover around age 52 to 55. That's a decade of freedom gained. And if you get even more intentional, lower cost housing, roommates, moving cities, remote work, expenses at $2,400 per month. Crossover number, $720,000. Now, financial independence could happen in your 40s. Here's something important. The biggest change isn't the money, it's what happens in your head. At first, investing feels painful. Every dollar feels like something you're giving up. Your account goes up $40, then down $70. It feels pointless. Then something changes, usually around $50,000 to $100,000 invested. A 2% move isn't $20 anymore. It's $1,500. Your money feels alive. This is what I call the freedom gradient. Freedom doesn't arrive all at once. It arrives in pieces. $400 per month equals your phone plus internet paid forever. $800 per month equals groceries covered. $1,500 per month equals most bills gone. Each step gives you options. Less fear, more confidence, more control. There's also a milestone called Coast Fire. This means you've invested enough that time does the rest. Example, you're 32 years old. You have $180,000 invested. If you never invest another dollar, by age 60, it grows to over $1 million. You're coasting. That means you can work part-time, take a lower-paying job you enjoy, stop stressing about retirement. Your future is locked in. Most people are scared because they never calculate anything. No number, no plan, just anxiety. The crossover point turns fear into math, and math is powerful. Here's what to do next. Step 1, track your real monthly spending. Not guesses, not estimates, real numbers. Step 2, multiply that number by 12, then by 25. That's your crossover number. Step 3, subtract what you already have invested. That's your gap. Step 4, ask one question. How can I close this gap faster? The final reframe. Every purchase has two prices, the money you spend and the time it costs your future freedom. A $20,000 upgrade today could cost years later. Money isn't just money, it's future time. The crossover point makes that visible. Once you see it, you can't unsee it. One day you'll wake up on a random Tuesday, check your accounts, and realize your money worked harder than you did. That's the moment everything changes. If you know someone who has not started investing yet, send this video to them so they can see how important this is. I'll see you in the next one.